Now TV special live stream today. As I promised on Friday that we will have more and more live stream going ahead. Real time based with the breaking news whenever come, we'll try to come live as soon as possible, react to that news, give you extra information. So today's live stream is dedicated towards Indian football team and Indian youth teams. So as people are still going to join, I'm going to remind that we are not going to speak about ISL and I-League transfers. So if you are here for ISL and I-League transfer, I will remind them later on also. But if you are here for ISL and I-League transfer, I think Friday's show is for that. Today we are just going to speak about India's squad announcement for the friendly match, and that squad is most likely to be same for the upcoming AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. India's squad for Jordan has been announced by Mr. Stimac, and there are some confusion regarding the player selections and all. Player like Apuia, there is no there is no clarity over his selection on AFF release. We touch upon, we have the information for regarding that. Also, let me ask you guys if sound and the quality is okay for you guys. So let me check. Is it fine, guys?
Slightly lagging. Now it's fine, I believe.
Hopefully. So yeah, let me just figure it out if the this quality of the stream and the sound is okay or not. Yeah, today's AFC Under 16 and 20 qualifiers were also drawn. We'll talk about that also. And there's information. Apuia is not dropped, so we'll clarify that also. What happened between Mumbai City FC and Mr. Stimac regarding selection of Mumbai City FC players. And आज Friday नहीं है हिमांशु जोशी. That's why I said we will be live more frequent now. हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा live आएंगे अब इस आने वाले दिनों में. Kumar Reddy, we'll talk about these things maybe in the next Friday video regarding master rights, FSDL, AFF, everything. Today's live streaming is dedicated towards Indian football team. So we'll talk about Indian football team, the selection and everything. And of course, there is no Gill. Kattimani is selected over him. So I think Sana, yeah, we'll come over the players who are injured and everything. Rahul Bheke is there. That's also. Gaurav will put all the information up front, so your doubts will get clear. So if you can guys hear me properly and the quality is fine, just hit the like button. Mumbai City FC player, there is Rahul Bheke is there. Horimpam is surprisingly dropped by Mr. Stimac, so that's what I'm told. Will come on the selection side. So there is only one player from Mumbai City FC, this is Rahul Bheke. So there is some tussle between Mumbai City FC coach and Mumbai City FC and Mr. Stimac regarding the availability of the players. If you guys remember, Mumbai City FC didn't release their players on time, and then just only Bheke, Bipin Singh and Apuia joined the camp. Vikram Pratap Singh, Changte was not ultimately called to the camp by Mr. Stimac on later on. So we come on the selection side. There is some lag on my screen, so I'm not sure the lag is on there with you guys or also not. That let me know. Hyderabad Ashish Rai is not selected. Yeah, so let me move towards the selection of the Indian team. As you can see, this is the Indian squad which is selected by Mr. Stimac for the friendly match against Jordan. And what I'm told that this squad more likely be going the India squad for the AFC qualifiers next month, early next month. So we are not going to see any changes. This is the kind of final squad we have with us. Just by the size of the squad, there are less defenders in the defenders list. You can see that. So there are 3 goalkeepers. I think Gurpreet Singh, Sandhu, Amrinder Singh have been mainstay for Stimac's India squad for last 3 years now. There is always question mark on the third goalkeeper. We have seen Dheeraj, we have seen Gill, we have seen Nawaz got selected, but he didn't send by Mumbai City FC team management to the camp because of their AFC commitments. So Laxmikanth Kattimani is selected over someone like Gill. So that's one thing. So that's one fresh face, you can say. He has been part of India setup in past, but not in recent time. Coming in the defender side, you have Rahul Bheke, who can play as a right back, left and centre back. Akash Mishra from Hyderabad, who is in demand in the transfer market. Harmanjot Singh Khabra makes his comeback to the Indian football team after a long period. He is there. I think Roshan Singh is there, Roshan Singh. Anwar Ali is there. Sandesh, Anwar Ali has retained his place. Sandesh Jhingan has been there. Subhashish, Bose, and Pritam Kotal. I think either of these two, I would have preferred somebody like another young centre back like Horimam maybe joining in. But then Subhashish Bose cover you for the two position. He can cover up for Akash Mishra if he's get injured. And Pritam Kotal, maybe either of Pritam Kotal or Rahul Bheke, I would have selected one specialist centre back. Because both of them can play right back, both of them can play centre back, and then of course you have Roshan who can play both the full back position also, and he has retained his place. So that's, I think, good depth. I think one place which I think his team look weak is centre back department, until unless you count Rahul Bheke, Pritam Kotal and Subhashish Bose as a centre back also. Coming in midfield, not many surprises are there. Jigson Singh has retained his place. Thapa, Glenn Martins, Brendan Fernandes, Ritvik Das, breakthrough season with Jamshedpur FC, makes into the Indian team. Udanta Singh keeps his place. Yasir Mohammed keeps his place. Sahel, Suresh Singh, Ashik and Leston Kala. So I think surprising name missing there is Apuia. Then in the forward department, there is Ishan Pandita, Sunil Chhetri and Manveer Singh. This is the India squad. Now coming into the what happened between Mumbai City FC players and everything. So let me figure it out for you guys. The Mumbai City FC player was selected. Something like Changte was there. Vikram Pratap Singh Sandhu is there. Then there was Apuia. Then there was also Vipin Singh and Rahul Bheke. So ultimately Mumbai City FC was playing in the AFC Champions League. So they said they can't send their player to the camp. And then I think later on both the coaches had some discussion and they decided that later on Rahul Bheke, Apuia and Vipin Singh will join the India camp late, and they did join the India camp late, all three of them, on 24th before the match day when they played ATK Mohun Bagan in Kolkata. They joined the camp, and Rahul Bheke is selected. Apuia got injured, what I'm told. Not official clarification from any parties, by the way, not from the player side, not from the club side, not from the AFF side. But what I'm told, Apuia got injured, and that's why he is not part of this team. Vipin Singh didn't got any injured or something. He's kind of dropped from the team. Vipin Singh. If you're talking about players who were in the camp were not selected are BP Soher, Ashish Rai, Horipam Ruiva and Pranay Haldar. These were the players who were there in the camp, including Vipin Singh, who are not selected. Also in previous squad you have seen Dheeraj Singh, Gill, they are not in this squad. Sheraton Fernandes not in this squad. Sana is injured. Many ask me Sana is injured. Pranay Haldar is dropped. Danish Farooq, Aniket Jadhav was not called up to the camp. Ashutosh Mehta was busy with ATK Mohun Bagan, didn't got called up. So kind of a drop from the previous squad. Narendra Gehlot is injured. Sana is injured. Vikram Pratap Singh Sandhu didn't join the camp, so didn't called up. VP Soher, Apuia injured. Changte, VP Soher were not called up in the camp. And then Rahul KP was still recovering, so was not called up because of the injury. So I think these are the status of the injuries and the from the camps or the players who are dropped. So these are the things. Ashish, if Rahul Bheke performs same in the AFC Champions League, then it is okay to be there. I'm not saying Rahul Bheke should be dropped. I'm saying either of Rahul Bheke or Pritam Kotal, you could have selected one specialist centre back. That's how you can groom the third centre back also. Anwar Ali is there. But will Anwar Ali start? That's also a big question. Horimam has done very well with Kerala Blasters this season. He could have done well by experiencing the India's match day. That would have helped him also grow as a player. So I'm saying, instead of keeping more of utility players, you could have kept, somebody like Horimam in the squad. That would have helped him grow as a player also. As a third goalkeeper, young goalkeeper, one good aged one, I always preferred the young goalkeeper. We'll have to see Nawaz or Gill there. Dheeraj has been part of the squad. Maybe they can be given chance as a third goalkeeper. But Nawaz was not allowed by his club to to leave for the camp. And later on, he was not. He didn't join the camp later on as like Rahul Bheke, Apuia, and Vipin Singh. मैं हिंदी में भी दोहरा देता हूँ. पहाड़ी भाई रॉबिन, डोंट वरी. सो सिलेक्शन का सिंपल फंडा है कि ये प्लेयर्स आपके स्क्रीन पे हैं. इसमें से कुछ प्लेयर्स थे जो ड्रॉप्ड हुए कैंप से. आशीष राय, हुरीपाम, प्रणय हलदार, विपिन सिंह, ये सब वीपी सोयर ये कैंप में आए थे. इनको काइंड ऑफ दे वर ड्रॉप्ड फ्रॉम द टीम. अपुया इज इंजर्ड, सना इज इंजर्ड, रहीम अली इज इंजर्ड. विक्रम प्रताप कैंप में आए ही नहीं. उसके अलावा जो प्रीवियस स्क्वाड थी इंडिया की, उसमें धीरज थे, गिल थे, दे आर ड्रॉप. द कैंप में भी थे और ड्रॉप भी हुए हैं. सैनिटन फर्नांडिस इज नॉट देयर, पुरना हलदार, दानिश फारूक, अनिकेत जाधव कैंप में आए नहीं पर ये ड्रॉप्ड हैं, आशुतोष मेहता वॉज देयर इन प्रीवियस स्क्वाड, ही इज ड्रॉप्ड, नरेंद्र गहलोत इज इंजर्ड, विक्रम प्रताप नहीं ज्वाइन किए, पुरना हलदार ड्रॉप हैं, उसके अलावा चांगटे कैंप में आए नहीं और राहुल केपी स्टिल रिकवरिंग। तो ये आपका इंडियन टीम के स्क्वाड का ढांचा है एंड दिस इज मोर लाइकली टू बी द इंडिया स्क्वाड फॉर द upcoming game. So they say third goalkeeper should be under 23 player. I totally agree, Prashanjit Haldar. That's how you can groom the goalkeepers players also. You need young players as the fringe player in the squad, you know, because that they will learn more by being in the part of the match day squad than these experienced player. What about Puita? I think Puita is also dropped, but I have no confirmation that he was part of the camp or not. That's I need clarification on. VP sir, I'm not sure. Maybe he needed more in midfield. Maybe he believed that Udanta, Ashik, Sahel can play on the wings now. Brendan can play on the wings. They can cover up the wing position for you. I think that's maybe the reason VP Swear is not there. And also Norim Roshan can play the wing. Ritvik Das can play on the wing. So I think he feels, and Liston is also there. So he feels that that he has enough width, enough players who can play on the wing position. इंडियन टीम को जर्सी चेंज होना चाहिए, होता रहता है पर कुछ फायदा नहीं होता. As people are joining us, I will just repeat myself that we are not going to speak about any ISL I League transfer today. We are going to speak about India team selection, player selected, player dropped, what I think can be the best 11. Also, the under 17 and 22 draw we will speak in detail. Instead of Roshan Singh, we should have gone for specialist centre back, especially when you have so many options both full back position. Nishad, Roshan Singh has the assist in the last game. I think he played for India, if I remember correctly. I think you need player like Roshan Singh who can play on both the wings, and he is a both fit. He can play. He doesn't have a weak foot, by the way. He can play with right foot, left foot, both. I think instead of you drop these utility players like Subhashish, Bose, Pritam Kotal or Rahul Bheke, you select 2 of them, not 3 of them, and then put the specialist centre back in the team. I think glad that Ishan Pandita's back. Says yes, he is back in the squad. His selection last time drop was also not explained properly. We are not told anything that why he was dropped. Again, the playing time was challenged. He is not getting much playing time. But then again, his playing time has not improved much from the last squad when it came. Let me also now show you guys the my final 11 from this team. What I think I will go, and I will also discuss that how I think that Igor Stimac might prefer his team. So I think as you can see on your screen now, I have gone with I am preferring this formation for a while now. 4-2-2 formation. I am going with 2 wide playmaker in the form of Sahel and Brandon on the wing position, as you can see on screen, and Liston Classo as the out and out attacking forward player. Put Sunil Chhetri in a withdrawn striker role and give him freedom to play in the hole behind Liston Classo, and allow him with link up with Sunil Chhetri with Brandon and Andut Thapa. And then I've gone ahead with Andut Thapa and Suresh in the midfield. In the absence of Apuia, I've selected Suresh. Here might be some people might say it a bit more controversial, but I've selected Harmanjot Singh Khabra as a right back instead of Pritam Kotal, Rahul Bheke and Norim Roshan. Akash Mishra as a left back, Anwar Ali and Sandesh Jhingan Anwar Ali and Sandesh Jhingan as a centre back pairing. Gurpreet kept his place. So I'm going ahead with this team, and I feel that Harmanjot Singh Khabra, because you will want somebody to also go in the midfield when Thapa and Suresh goes up front. Harmanjot Singh Khabra has done well in that role for Bengaluru, Kerala Blasters in past. That will allow players up front have more freedom, attacking players like Chhetri, Sahel, Brandon, Liston, even Thapa. Sometimes when he goes in the attacking run, that you have something like Harmanjot Singh Khabra, experienced player behind. And big test for if Anwar Ali and Sandesh Jhingan play together. I can see that Igor Stimac starting somebody like Pritam Kotal or Bose instead of Anwar Ali. I can see that Pritam starting instead of Anwar Ali, or even Bose starting. But I will go with Anwar Ali. I think it's time. India has played with 2 specialist centre back. I know Sana is injured and would have preferred Sana, but I think this is the team I think which should able to do well. And this if they can play this core against the Jordan, then play a couple of entertaining friendlies among the squad and groom the squad. You can put Norim Roshan as a right back if you want attacking option. You can put Rahul Bheke or Pritam Kotal also. And I think if you see in this team, you will see that, if on the attacking phase, this might look like this. This team might look like this, you will have 2 centre back and 2 midfielders also, staying, and then you will not file Harmanjot Khabra going on attacking run, because there is good understanding between Harmanjot Khabra and Sunil Chhetri from the early crosses. It's not, he crossed from byline, if you remember Bangalore FC game, he used to cross from these areas to Sunil Chhetri, and Sunil Chhetri used to score from those good crosses. And you have something like Akash Mishra providing the width from the left. You will find, Brendan and Sahel on the wing, Leston Classo always going neck to neck with the centre backs, trying to score goals. Then you have 2 good midfielders who will never tired from running, so they will give you the base, in that midfield and allow the attacking players to go ahead. So I think this looks like a balanced setup for me, if you ask me, compared to if you put another, if you remove say Leston Classo, put Leston on the wing, put Brendan on a midfield, and then make it 4-2-3-1. I think that might be a bit limited, because Sunil Chhetri doesn't enjoy in recent time to play the up front alone. He like a free role. For a free role, I think this whole role will suit him in a secondary striker role, as it is known as, as a withdrawn forward, you can say. And I think this will suit him considering his age and experience. He can bring, try of these 3 in play, by using experience, his flick-ons, his passes, and I think that's how he can part of all the attacking players. So I think this is, I feel, is the team for Indian team to go ahead with, and I think that might suit us considering our attacking players. So I think hopefully, what do you think about the squad, and what do you feel that how should we, if India can make any more changes on this? Yes, there is a link up between Chhetri and Khabra. Khabra is good in long crosses and long passes. That's a say, and that's the reason I've selected him, because that's give you a different option compared to Akash Mishra or Norim Roshan. Khabra is experienced head. He will not go on an overlapping run like other attacking fullbacks, but he can be balanced in that team. He knows when to stay back and he knows when to go ahead. And that's most important thing when you select players like Anwar Ali, Akash Mishra, young players who are always exciting to go ahead, I think, and that's the reason. They should have picked Puitya. He's a good player now. I think because the competition for midfield places is very competitive compared to other position. There's so much competition in midfield position. I'm sure Puitya will get his chance very soon. See, if you keep Roshan Singh aside, look at the option. Left back option Subhashish, Akash Mishra. Right back option Rahul Bheke, Pritam Kotal. Even Harmanjot Singh Khabra can play right back. Nishad, I agree, but again, they can play. That's can. Even Udanta can play right back, Ashik can play left back. Can is a big question here. But they're not a specialist full back. That's most important thing. I like utility players. I'm not a big fan of them, but I like them utility player. But my main concern over I like specialist more. Specialist who can play on their position, who knows what their role is. As a fullback, what their role is. So I think that's why I prefer Norim, and Norim has done well last season in ISL. He's provided so many of assists. He's one of the highest assist provided Indian player in the ISL this season. So I think why he should not be selected, that's a big question. Of course, to balance of the squad, I would love to have another centre back. That's I'm telling but not at the cost of Norim Roshan, who's a young player who will learn more from the bench than the experienced player. Why Kattimani? Already we have 2 experienced goalkeeper. We should have tried Gale, because exposure of young goalkeeper is needed. And I am totally with you on this. I have said many times, third goalkeeper should be a young goalkeeper who need more exposure. I think that should have been maybe Gil, maybe Nawaz, maybe Dheeraj. Changte, as many are saying, I am a big fan of Changte. He's not there. Changte was not in the camp. Of course, earlier he was with Mumbai City FC and then he didn't join the camp. So we don't know the status of him, that why he was not joined the camp again. But I like Changte as a player. He and Sahel, he and Liston, by the way, on the wings can be deadly combination, 2 inside winger. That might be the chance. If Liston and Sahel play like ISL International Hall, half of our concern will be all over. I think that's always a big concern for the Indian fans. Our players play well in ISL, but they don't play well when they play in the international football. So that's the thing. Ashish, they are not in European players. Just put them in a starting 11. Our Indian players can't perform like the starting 11, changing continuity. That's what I'm saying. I will select the 11 which he wants you to play in the AFC qualifiers. Select that 11 against Jordan. Get 60, 70 minutes under belt, and then you make 4-5 changes, you know, to bring your players who might want to see. Don't start players now for the experiment basis. Give your 11 players time of you know, some time on pitch to make understanding, to improve their chemistry. The another question I will select, just give me a second. Telecast, there is no latest update as of now, Vicky Kesari, but last I was told there will be live streaming because again discussion is going with the Home FA, but the confirmation for broadcast is not there as of now. That's I've taken. Too many fullbacks, says Prashanjit Haldar. I think you can see, if you count Rahul Bheke, Pritam Kotal, Subhashish, Bose as a fullbacks, so they play most of the time the centre backs now. They don't have the pace to play fullback. Gokulam as Botel, there's a really difference between ISL and I-League. I think maybe overconfidence has got between the Gokulam and their players. They've played very well against ATK Mohun Bagan. Now they're losing against Basundhara Kings by 2-0. So I think something has happened. Maybe it's the overconfidence for them. Basundhara has scored second goal in the, let me see, in the 54th minute. You know, Robson finds the space on the left and sent on the pitch. Perfect cross from the left that is headed into back by net by Nuhu Morang. 2-0. Nuhu Morang 2-0. They're leading. So I think Gokulam is kind of out from the AFC Cup with this result, looks like. And good news for ATK Mohun Bagan, because they lost against Gokulam, and the head-to-head basis, if the Gokulam and ATK Mohun Bagan had the similar points, Gokulam might have gone ahead. And I'm not celebrating, I'm just telling that good news for ATK Mohun Bagan and their fans. If they can win the remaining games, ATK Mohun Bagan will go ahead. In another sporting match, you know, India versus Japan. Japan is leading 1-0 against India. 1-0 Japan, and after the first half in hockey Asia Cup, by the way, Japan scored their goal from the penalty corner. So there are two live footballing and hockey match going on. Both the match live commentary is going on khelnow.com. You can read those. If you are not watching these games, you can follow live updates on khelnow.com. Let me come to the latest comment section again. And by the way, if you guys liking the content, and as I told you, we'll have more and more live streaming on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any live streaming here. And also, if you're liking the video, please hit the like button right now. If you would have followed Rahul Bheke's career, he's a fullback, right back, not a utility player, man for God's sake. For God's sake, he had played even left back of Bengaluru FC while he was there. But Nishad, he has played as a centre back in recent time. Can you change that for me? Let me give you the stats in his career recent time, how many games he has played as a centre back and how many games he has played as a right back. Let me just give you the stat for you right now. Just give me 1 second. Let me log into my database. I'm not saying Rahul Bheke cannot play as a fullback. I'm saying he is more of a centre back. He doesn't have the pace to play fullback now. Your fullback need to be very pacey as compared to the previous days nowadays. And I'm sure Rahul Bheke and these people doesn't have that in them right now. So let me tell you, Rahul Bheke has played his career percentage wise. I'm telling you, 58% as a centre back. 42% as a right back. Now in recent time, right? You want to tell you the recent time, how many matches he have played as a full back and the, just give me 1 second. For example, this year, so current season, he played as a right back in AFC Champions League, last 4 games, then centre back, and in ISL he has played majority game for Mumbai City FC as a centre back. So that's the point. I'm not saying he's not a right back. I'm saying he's a more of a utility player who can play as a right back and the centre back, not this specialist full back right now, as compared to Norim Roshan or or say Akash Mishra or Ashish Rai, or even so for Harmanjot Singh Rai. Okay, it was not receiving. Let me check if there is any drop frame. I think some people are talking about lag. Hopefully it will be a bit better. Just change the setting to see. ISL match is changing from weekdays to weekend centric. I think it was supposed to be happened. It was before the COVID. It was started in 2020-21 season, but eventually COVID happened, and that's the reason it got delayed. Do you have any news on Avneet Bharti? Not any recent confirmation, Lude. Is it my friend or video is lagging? I think it's not with your internet. Let me. इस YouTube के सर्वर पे इशू है क्या? कि OBS पे तो ड्रॉप फ्रेम दिखा नहीं रहा है. Why Hurubam is not selected in the squad? What if Sandesh and Sana is in? Sana is injured. That's definitely confirmed. Sandesh has made a kind of comeback, so I think they're taking risk with Sandesh Jhingan, and his fitness record in recent time is not good. अंकुश चल रहा है वीडियो? बहुत ज़्यादा. Don't go anywhere. Let me, let me start. Is better now. I have to just restarted my software and all. I will go with Nishad Purake comment. He was also kind of discussing with me. Is it better now, Ankush? I'm not denying what you're saying. I think Roshan is too early to play national team for starter. I let him play at least under 2 seasons regularly for Bengaluru FC. I think good thought, but maybe some players who might not play the playing 11, they will be part of the squad. So I think keeping Roshan Singh around, he can be a good option, attacking option, because especially from a set piece ability, in some time you chase in the game, you can bring him on the attacking position, not in the full back position. He can play on the wings also, by the way. He had played in the wings for the India youth team in early days. So I think that's a good option to have. But I'm totally in agreement with you that they could have kept third spacelet centre back in the team. So I hopefully the lag is better now. Now let me quickly go to the next phase of the video before the video gets started again. Here's the under-17 AFC qualifiers draw for India. India is placed with a 5-team group with Saudi Arabia, Myanmar, Maldives, Kuwait. I think good chance India to get second in the group. Saudi will be favourite in this group, but I think Myanmar can be, of course, it's not easily beatable, but I think they are beatable. Maldives, they should be beatable by Indian team. Kuwait is a tricky game, but I think at under 17 level, India should be able to match Kuwait. Under 20, I will be, of course, a bit more optimistic and bit more realistic and say Kuwait is not easy game. So that's the AFC qualifiers, under 17 qualifiers for India. And let me just also tell you the dates for the tournament and where it's going to take place. A total 44 nations are playing in this. 10 centralized venues are there, and 6 groups will have 4 teams, while 4 groups include 5 sides. And again, and this is I'm not big fan of from the AFC. If you're keeping 6 group with the 5 teams, then again the qualification will depend on best second place team, and then your result against last team in India's group will not count. And India's game, I will let you know where will happen. Saudi is hosting the India's game. So India will be going to Saudi Arabia to play, and the dates for these, the 10 group winners and 5 second place best team will join Bahrain in the finals of AFC Under 17 Asian Cup. I'm glad they have now made uniform naming altogether, not AFC Under 16 Championship, now made AFC Under 17 Asia Cup. So I think Bahrain is the host. So 10 group winners and 5 best placed second team will go into the final round. So I think AFC has not sent the dates as of now when the championship will start, but I think it will start very soon as draw has taken place. So this is for the under 17. I think this is kind of a I will not say easy group, but decent group for India. India should be able to come second in this group, Yeah, dates are 3, 5, 7 and 9th of October, says Rajkumar. Kailash, do you think this is the final lot of Indian players for the coach, or do you think there can be more change in the squad? Kailash, what I'm told is this will be the kind of final squad until unless injuries happen. This will be the squad for the India's upcoming AFC Asian Cup qualifiers for the senior team. Now let's come on the under 16 team selection. So they are training under 17 team. I think they have already kind of made up a core of it. Also, some of them playing with Indian Arrows also. So those players will also join in. So I think right now, currently, though no matches are scheduled, but I think I am told there will be exposure tour for the under 17 team, because October is still far, I think, and they will go around in August or September for the exposure tour. Before that, there will be camp in India where the player will be training the whole big camp before selection of 35 or 40 players, and then there will be 23 team squad selected for the final tournament. So I think one thing is great, that this is kind of a decent group for India, and India should be able to come second at least in this group, and then see how they do it, with the luck of the second place team. Now here is the tricky group for India, by the way. AFC Under 20 Asian Cup qualifiers. Iraq is the host nation, against Australia, against Iraq, against Kuwait. Kuwait in under 20 level will be different compared to under 17. So I'm not very much optimistic about this group, considering we have Australia, Iraq, Kuwait. India can get result against Iraq and Kuwait, I'm not saying it, but considering our youth teams, under 20 or under 19 team, under 16 teams are not very active comparing to other nations. We don't play friendlies, during these non-qualifiers games. Whenever the qualifier happens, that time our youth teams became active. So I'm not a big hope from under 20 team, by the way, but if they can go and play well against Australia, get a result against Iraq and Kuwait, will be great success, even they don't qualify for the final championship. Under 17 team, I'm hoping that they should be able to reach, because India has reached couple of championship in past. So I think that should be their aim in the in the under 17 level, because they should be able to reach to the knockout stage at least. Okay, now let me give you under 20 details. Again, same 10 group winners, 5 best runner-up will join Uzbekistan in the AFC Under 20 Asian Cup 2023 finals. It is next year. The matches for under 20 are scheduled from September 10 to September 18. So that's the news, and of course India is hosted by Iraq, and alongside Myanmar, alongside Kuwait and Australia. And I think match against Australia will be great for India, and I think let's see what happened from these games. But on under 17, I'm a bit more optimistic compared to the under 16 team. Under 17 I'm a bit more optimistic compared to the under 20 team. So ये हो गए आपके दो draws, India under 17 team Asia Cup qualifiers के draw, इंडिया के अंडर 20 एशिया कप क्वालिफायर्स के ड्रॉ। ये अंडर 20 का आपके स्क्रीन पे अभी आप देख सकते हैं, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इराक, इंडिया, कुवैत। अंडर 17 का फिर एक बार वापस चले जाता हूँ, 5 टीम का है, इंडिया, सऊदी अरेबिया, म्यांमार, मालदीव्स, कुवैत, 5 टीमें हैं इंडियन ग्रुप में। सो इंडिया का जो भी टीम लास्ट आएगी उससे अगेंस्ट रिजल्ट काउंट नहीं होगा जब सेकंड प्लेस टीम की रैंकिंग बनाई जाएगी। तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं जब चैंपियनशिप चल रही होती है कि ऐसा क्यों हो गया। सो दिस इज द अंडर 17 ड्रॉ फॉर इंडिया। आई थिंक दिस इज फेवरेबल, गुड ड्रॉ, tricky draw in under 22 category, but I think hopefully our youth teams are prepared. But let's see, I think I'm great. Finally, India's youth teams are back in action. That's the most thing I am, always keen to look into. So hopefully that Indian team will do good. Heard new synthetic stadium is coming up in Pauri Gadwal. Ashish bhai, announce your team. कैलाश सिंह बेस्ट जल्दी वो भी करेंगे कभी ना कभी। BFC कोच अपडेट व्हेन दे विल साइन, अभी देयर इज नॉट मच प्रोग्रेस, BFC इज जस्ट एक्सप्लोरिंग द प्रोफाइल्स दे हैव, सो आई थिंक इट विल टेक सम टाइम बिफोर दे फाइनलाइज द कोच। Any update on the under 17 team selection? There is already pool of players, by the way, who are selected, who are in the plan of AFF. Some of them are with Arrows, some of them with the club. So now these players will be called up. I think not now, after maybe summer they will call up in the July, maybe July, August, September for under 17 team. For under 20 team, I think they will call up in June. 3 months of preparation should be there for all these teams. So I think hopefully Indian team will good in these qualifiers. Putia was in the team of the season. Should have picked him over Glenn Mansuresh. I agree. If you can select Kattimani based on the form, I think you should have selected more players based on the form. More outgoing for Kerala Blasters. Two Indian players who are in talks with other teams for Kerala Blasters. Incoming, there will be incoming for sure. मैं गढ़वाल में टीरी से हूँ, मतलब अभी तो देहरादून में रहता हूँ, but टीरी is my home, the real hometown. But now hometown is Dehradun. VP Sawyer news, not confirmation. VP Sawyer with Patel going, will AFF cancel their relationship with Ambani? I think it's a deal. It's a partnership, not the relationship, by the way. So you can't just cancel the contracts as just now because the president have been changed. So I think that's the reason it will not going to go anywhere, because that's a major source of revenue also for AFF, by the way. To get 60 to 80 crores from open market for the football in India is not easy job, I'm telling you. How do you rate Gokulam Kerala FC? I'm surprised with both the results after the game, but I will still, and they've just scored, by the way. So it's still 2-1. Gokulam Kerala scored in the 75th minute. Right, Gray scored in the middle, that struck by the net by Jordan Fletcher have scored to make it 2-1. They are just chasing the game. They have stepped up the play. But regarding, if you ask me, one team from I-League which have won into the into the ISL, that will be Gokulam Kerala for me right now. I think last couple of years they've done fantastic job on the pitch, off the pitch, even if for the women's team, their development with the Indian players, वो सब कुछ मिला के मैं गोकुलम केरला को select करूँगा. Bro, is Akash Mishra going to Mumbai or Kerala Blaster? You have to wait for the confirmation for Akash Mishra. It's not that easily available. If you feel that just one or two club will have a fight for him to get it, I think more clubs want him. भाई फीफा एक्शन लेगा इंडिया के खिलाफ? शेखर, लेना चाहिए अगर आप लॉजिकली बात करोगे, बट व्हाट आई एम टोल्ड, मुझे जो बताया गया है कि फीफा माइट गिव इंडिया कपल ऑफ मंथ्स to sort out their house, and FIFA की टीम इंडिया आ रही है to see out what is the decision of Supreme Court. They've asked for the Supreme Court decision copy. Praful Patel has written to the FIFA. Sajib Ragan has written to the FIFA. So I think there will be some kind of leverage given to India of couple of months to get the election done and get the committee on place. Are any legacy clubs from Goa up for sale? Not sure. I think any of these owners, Sporting Club de Goa, Salgaonkar, Dempo, they love their clubs, they love the legacy, and why they will sell their club, that's the big question, by the way. Is Vinci Beretos going to Chennai FC? Yes, he is set to sign for Chennai FC, as you have read article on Khel Now already. Can we see an Indian international coming to Kerala Blaster? That's interesting. I think depending on, because majority of good Indian players are already international, so I think there will be definitely Indian international player coming to the Kerala Blaster. He might not be the present international, he might be young player who part of the youth international, but you have to wait. Will Ayush and Pyutia stay at Kerala Blaster? That's interesting. I think Pyutia, I'm not sure is going to leave because the coach likes him very much. Ayush didn't get the same kind of playing time he was hoping for, so let's see. I think he'll leave or not. Can they part of I-League? I think that's the plan for them. I think many of these I-League clubs like Sporting, Salgaonkar, Dempo, even Shillong, Lejong, clubs who played in I-League who are kind of there will come into I-League. They try to come to I-League when they feel that the promotion to ISL is possible or not. So I think that's why they're also waiting for. I think this live stream was just a quick live stream. We'll get Sajid Pragnon on podcast best, don't worry. With the quick live streaming based on the Indian team selection. We have discussed on the Indian team selection, under 17, under 20 draw. So just the quick one, transfer stories. We'll discuss about transfer stories on Friday on this channel Inside Indian Football. So make sure you subscribe to Khel Now TV, hit the notification bell. There are the description links of the social media accounts of Khel Now. You can follow Khel Now on Twitter, on Instagram with Khel Now, can follow on Facebook Khel Now Football. Go to khelnow.com for all the latest update. You can join our Telegram group in the description, given in the description box. Links given in the description box. In hockey, Japan is leading against 2-0. Shameful for the Indian hockey team. They played 1-1 draw against Pakistan, now losing against Japan in hockey game. Of course, Japan is a good hockey team, but considering the success in the Olympics, I hope the Indian team will go up from there. They are not doing well. Gokulam Kerala still chasing 1-2 against Bashundhara Kings in the AFC Cup game. I think they're trying to get equalizer, and I think if they can get equalizer, it might help other Indian clubs going into other games. So I think that's it. You can follow these two games live commentary is going on khelna.com, so you can go there and you can follow this game, if you want to follow. When will the Reliance channel will start podcasting? I'm not sure. Who is the president of Uttarakhand FA? जोशी भाई तो पता करना पड़ेगा, बहुत सोतीली FA है उत्तराखंड की by the way, so we'll figure it out, वो देखना है धीरे धीरे. Is there any update on abroad pre-season to Kerala Blaster? They are working on it, not confirmation from the club side that where they're going to go, but I think Eastern Europe likely to be destination, मुझे लगता है. That's my personal feeling. I'm not told by anybody. So guys, thank you for joining in. There is some lag also on the stream today. I'm not sure why. We'll figure it out and come back next time with a better quality of the stream. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again on the Friday, 6 p.m. with Inside Indian Football.